based on the standings.
Okay.
Because I think that is how you have the opportunity to measure impact.
And the sky's right above them.
And the Sky right now are in the playoffs, so you'd have to give the nod in my mind to Angel Reese.
For me, if Rookie of the Year was picked today, I give it to Angel.
Caitlin Clark just shut down the debate about who's Rookie of the Year. Check this out.
Clark running things. 8 assists, 15 points in the first half. Looking to add to her tally. Ooh.
What we just witnessed wasn't just another WNBA play. It was Clark announcing to the world, I'm the Rookie of the Year. And there's nothing you can do about it, and dominate is exactly what she did on this epic night against the Chicago Sky. But before we dive into the details of this insane game, let me ask you, have you ever seen a rookie play with such confidence and skill? We're talking about a 31-point, 12-assist performance. Let me repeat that. 31 points and 12 assists.
This is a phenomenon. Caitlin Clark is a phenomenon. And if I said to any of these people who think Caitlin Clark is not the Rookie of the Year, I'd say, who would you want to start your franchise with? Now, I'm not going to put Asia Wilson in there. I'm just saying between these two. Angel Reese is a wonderful player, but she does not compare to what and who Caitlin Clark is when she's on the basketball floor.
Clark wasn't just playing basketball. She was showing the critics who's boss. Every pass, every shot, every move was calculated and executed with a precision that made the veterans jealous. But it wasn't just the numbers that impressed, it was how she got those numbers. Clark was simply unstoppable. When the defense closed in to stop her drive, she punished them from long range. When they tried to guard her one-on-one, she left everyone in the dust with her speed and dribbling skills. This performance wasn't just good for a rookie, it was exceptional for any WNBA player. Clark showed that all the hype surrounding her is real. But this game had an extra impact. It was Caitlin versus Angel Reese. While Clark was lightened up the court with her 31 points and 12 assists, Reese had a tough night, a night that's not what we expect from a Rookie of the Year candidate against one of her main competitors. Clark didn't just outperform Reese in scoring and overall impact on the game. She did it in the Sky's house. She went into enemy territory and came out not just with the win, but with a clear statement, the Rookie of the Year award is mine.
Game of the season. And an enemy territory gets this kind of salute as she exits the game.
Is this enemy territory? Because I've seen a lot of Caitlin Clark jerseys in downtown Chicago today.
What I'm saying to you is this. I have seen footage of Caitlin Clark now, and I have seen footage of Angel Reese.
Oh, he might piss me off.
I'm as pro-black as all the pro-black people. I'm as pro-black as Lisa Bloom. I'm telling y'all, and I'm not trying to cause a kerfuffle,
Joe.
Caitlin Clark is a hell of a lot better than Angel Reese.
And it's not just about this game. Clark has been consistent throughout the season, leading the Fever from a bottom-dwelling position last year to a serious title contender this year. With this performance, Clark didn't just strengthen her case. For Rookie of the Year, she practically stamped her name on the trophy, and something tells me this is just the beginning of a career that promises to be legendary. What Caitlin Clark is doing isn't just impressive on an individual level. She's literally transforming the entire Indiana Fever franchise. Remember last season, the Fever finished dead last, looking completely lost and directionless. Now they just jumped to 6th place in the standings. This isn't just an improvement, it's a complete revolution. With this win, the Fever leapfrogged Diana Taurasi's Phoenix Mercury. Yes, the same Diana Taurasi who said reality was coming for Clark.
Brash.
Reality is coming. There's levels to this thing. You're gonna come with some grown women that have been playing professional basketball for a long time. Yep.
Fever are sitting at 500 and 6 places.
Well, it seems reality has arrived, but not in the way Taurasi expected. But the most incredible thing, the Fever isn't just fighting for a playoff spot. The way they're playing, led by Clark, they look capable of beating any team in the league. We're talking about a team that a few months ago nobody took seriously, and now they're legitimate title contenders. And think about this. If the Fever really goes far in the playoffs, or maybe even wins the title, it would be one of the biggest turnarounds in WNBA history. A rookie taking a team from rock bottom to the top in a single season. That's movie material. Now let's delve into the commanding performance, where Caitlin Clark outshined Angel Reese. First quarter, from the very first whistle, the battle was on. Aaliyah Boston wasted no time, firing a perfect pass to Kelsey Mitchell, who struck with a quick bucket to set the tone. But Lindsay Allen wasn't about to let Chicago fall behind, answering with an ice-cold bucket of her own. And then came Caitlin Clark. She threaded a pinpoint pass to Nalissa Smith, who drained a smooth two-pointer. But the feverish pace didn't slow down for a second. Cardoso hit back for Chicago, keeping the pressure sky high. Caitlin Clark took her first shot, a deep attempt, but it just rimmed out. No matter, Smith got fouled, stepping to the line and sinking one of two free throws. Out of nowhere, Michaela charged in and nailed a two-pointer, giving Chicago a narrow lead. But Clark wasn't finished. She responded with a dazzling three, putting Indiana up by 2. The battle raged on as Lindsay Allen struck twice, back-to-back, with fiery three-pointers, blowing the roof off the stadium. Kelsey Mitchell tried to claw back but missed. Allen then coolly extended Chicago's lead with a mid-range jumper. Michaela wasn't about to be left out, sinking a three of her own. The sky was soaring, sitting pretty with a 17-8 lead. But then, Angel Reese finally made her presence known, muscling in a tough two-pointer, with Michaela right behind her adding another quick bucket. Indiana had to call a timeout. They needed to regroup, fast. Right off the break, Clark exploded down the court, slicing through defenders for a brilliant layup. Rachel Banham tried to quash Indiana's momentum with a three, but Clark wasn't having it. Another laser pass to Kelsey Mitchell, and another bucket. The gap was shrinking. Mitchell then buried a three-pointer, cutting the lead down to 7. With 2 minutes left, Lexi Hull stepped up and drilled a three, bringing the Fever within striking distance. Clark, ever the maestro, fed Tem with a perfect assist for a two-pointer and an N1. Chicago still led, but barely. 26-23 as the quarter ended, the Sky clinging to a three-point advantage. Second quarter. The second quarter erupted with Caitlin Clark drilling a long-range bomb, tying the game in an instant. The crowd roared. Clark was on a mission. She followed it up with another three, sending shockwaves through the arena. But Dana Evans refused to let the Sky be silenced, responding with a swift two-pointer. Yet Clark was relentless, dishing out a massive assist to Wheeler, who calmly sank a two-pointer to keep Indiana's momentum rolling. Michaela answered back for Chicago, but the Fever had found their rhythm. Damiris Dantas stole the lead back for Indiana, only for Michaela to tie it up again. Kelsey Mitchell wasn't done yet, slipping through defenders to reclaim the lead with a silky two-pointer. Then with fire in her veins, Mitchell unleashed another two, followed by a cold-blooded three-pointer. Indiana was now up by 10, but they weren't satisfied. Mitchell struck again with another three, pushing the lead even further. Banham tried to stop the bleeding for Chicago with a two-pointer, but Clark countered with a beautiful layup. The Sky was struggling. Allen managed to add 2 more, but Clark was unstoppable. Even when Angel Reese finally hit a three, Clark immediately answered with an easy layup. The quarter closed with Indiana holding a 5-point lead, 47-42, the Fever's grip on the game tightening. Third quarter. The third quarter kicked off with Clark feeding Kelsey Mitchell for a quick two-pointer. Indiana wasn't letting up. Clark followed with a hyped-up three-pointer, electrifying the crowd. Banham tried to revive Chicago's hopes with a three, but Clark stepped to the line for 3 free throws, nailing them all. Indiana was up by 11, and the Sky was feeling the heat. Michaela sank a three for Chicago, but Smith went right at Angel Reese, scoring another 2 and pushing the lead further. Allen tried to spark a comeback with a three-pointer, but Smith answered right back, forcing Reese into foul trouble. 4 fouls and counting. Indiana's lead kept growing. Clark with a slick assist to Smith, and another 2 points on the board. Diamond DeShields came off the bench and tried to keep Chicago alive with a two-pointer, but the fever was relentless. Smith added 2 more free throws, restoring Indiana's 9-point cushion. She wasn't finished. Smith drilled a three-pointer, ballooning the lead to 12 points. The Sky looked drained, struggling to find any rhythm. Isabel Harrison managed a long 2, but Indiana's team play was unstoppable, and the lead held firm at 11 points. Damiris Dantas added a final dagger with a beautiful three-pointer, and Lexi Hull closed the quarter with 2 free throws. The third quarter ended with Indiana firmly in control, 78-64, the victory now within reach. Final quarter. The final quarter began with Kelsey Mitchell driving hard, scoring a tough two-pointer to give Indiana a commanding 16-point lead. Boston tried to rally the Sky, sinking a two-pointer, but Indiana wasn't letting up. Boston added another bucket, back-to-back, but Banham's three-pointer was immediately answered by Lexi Hull's icy 3, pushing Indiana's lead to 18 points. Banham struck again with a humiliating two-pointer, only for Hull to return fire with another bucket. Indiana was relentless, and the lead swelled to 19 points. Caitlin Clark, determined to seal the win, hit another three-pointer, all but snatching the victory for Indiana. She walked off the court with one of her best performances, exuding confidence that the game was theirs. In the final 2 minutes, both teams managed just a couple of points each. The result was already sealed. Indiana closed the game in dominant fashion, sending a message to the rest of the league. They're a force to be reckoned with. Caitlin Clark delivered a career-high performance, lighting up the scoreboard with 31 points, 12 assists, and 4 rebounds, solidifying her case for Rookie of the Year. On the other side, Angel Reese had a tough night, managing just 10 points and 2 assists, but she did pull down 11 rebounds, showcasing her tenacity on the boards. However, back-to-back losses have raised questions about whether she can meet the high expectations set by her fans. If Reese wants to bounce back and repay the faith her supporters have in her, she'll need to step up her game in the coming matches.
Rookie of the Year, I know it's gotten blown out of proportion so many times, Tarika, but who would you pick right now?
Yeah, right now I've got to give the edge to Caitlin Clark. I mean, not only is she playing incredibly well, but she's one of the catalysts for her team playing incredibly well. I look at someone like Kelsey Mitchell, who has been phenomenal since this season has returned from the Olympic break. And one of the reasons that she's able to get open and play so well is because she has a true point guard in Caitlin Clark, who's